Almost ready. Pirate signal is broadcasting. And here we go.
And hello and welcome to the Sunday edition of, you guessed it, Desk of Ladyada.
Yo, Robot Man. Yeah, you're pretty cyber.
I'm Robot Friend, not Robot Enemy. Ladyada, what's going on?
Well, I thought we would do a
Tonight.
little bit more bonnet designs, because I actually finished up, oh, can you go to the overhead? I brought all these bonnets out. So these are the ones I've been working on lately. And the OLED bonnet I showed off a couple days ago or a day ago. The radio bonnet I'm still working on. Prototyping bonnet, game bonnet that I showed off. And then, the speaker bonnet, which is already in the store. This is just an old prototype. So I'm almost done. You can see these are purple and these are black. So I had 2 runs and I'm almost done with those. Like finished all the ones. The only one left for me to test is this radio bonnet. So I thought I'd design some more. So on the computer, I have one that I'm currently just wrapping up, which is an RGB.
What version of Eagle is that?
This is 6.4.
Many people like this version.
This
Many
one.
people like other versions.
This one's fine. I don't know.
But this one is yours.
So I'm just shrinking down the RGB matrix hat. So this is like the hat that we have for the Raspberry Pi. I'm just making it smaller, moving the real-time clock. It can drive these nice big matrices. It just bit bangs them, but works great. So it's just a small version that you can connect one matrix to, has level shifting. I like this little power regulator. This is a little chip with 2 MOSFETs that when you plug in 5 volts here, it'll actually make sure that the voltage isn't too high. So if you plug in 9 volts by accident, it won't destroy your Raspberry Pi, which is pretty nice. So this is almost done. I just have to get this one part to a different package. This is some, I don't know what the name is, Power Pack, I think. Yeah, Power Pack 1212. So I just have to find a package for this instead of a TO252. Make this smaller and then I'll fit this over here. It doesn't matter how big the package is. The power draw of this isn't so crazy anyways. And then a little bit of space here. I can put some silk screen or the logo or I don't know. We can figure out later what to put here. But then I thought we'd design one together. Do you want to do a design together, Mr. Ladyada?
It's the only thing I want to do before the cops come.
Okay, great. So we have all these people who are doing Alexa projects and Google Home projects and other projects where you have a voice control with the Raspberry Pi.
Echo, who's Lamore Freed?
I can't find the answer to the question I heard.
Oh, it's because you've been erased from the White House.
Anyways, so you've got these,
Yeah.
you've got these little. I'll unplug this and I'll show you.
By the way, we have a code.
We have a code.
The code is removed. 10% off in the Adafruit store until I wake up.
Okay, so this is, an Echo Dot, and there's tear downs, and I think this has 8 microphones in it, and then of course it has a speaker. I don't know. I'm actually. Yeah, I think it's a microphone array, 8 microphones, and then a speaker, and then it has a little computer in it, which is probably about the same power as a Raspberry Pi 3, and it actually uses the internet to do a lot of its voice recognition assistance. Or maybe it has some software natively. I don't know. I remember the Siri has almost all of the voice processing done over the internet, but since there's so many of these kinds of projects that use the Pi 3, I thought we would design a bonnet for the Raspberry Pi, a 3 or 0, that would let people do projects like this.
Let's go to the overhead.
Okay.
Hey Siri, who's Lamore Freed?
My web search turns something up for who's the more free.
Oh, who's Lamore Free?
No.
Hey Siri, who's Adafruit?
I don't understand. Who's ETA for?
Yeah.
Siri's always a little bit weak.
Alright.
Anyways, so we recently put in the shop these little I2S microphones, and they work pretty well. This is the SPH 0645 I2S microphone. So this is one of the microphone, the audio standard that you can put on a Raspberry Pi and connect directly to the GPIO. So do you want to maybe design this with me?
Let's design it.
Okay, so I'm actually going to cheat because this is how I like to design things. I'll take an existing design and then I'll just kind of like remove all the parts that we're not going to use and then turn that into what we want. Like I kind of just like got an existing design. So let's make a new thing called, I don't know, like a voice bonnet, whatever. And then, oh, can you go to the computer?
Mm-hmm.
Computer one. And then, oh, you know, let me change my resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
You should make it so people can see the text on your screen.
I am doing it. And it's happening.
That's much better.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm always designing stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'll change it back. So this is the speaker bonnet, but I want to use at least the speaker output, so I just copy and paste it here, and I'm going to rename it. So I'm going to call this voice bonnet relay. And then I'll delete this silk screen, because we don't need that right now. And then I'll turn off the measurements. They're a little distracting. So I thought for the speaker, you know, the speaker bonnet works great and it has stereo, but I think that I only need mono. I don't think you need this full stereo output. So I'm going to delete basically one half of this. Look at the design. And I'll just like delete this. Zoop, 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 zoop.
And the Oscar goes to Eagle 6.3.
Yay! And then we'll make this audio plus, and this is audio minus. Oops. Make this every segment. And then another thing I'm going to do is instead of using this 4 JST PH, I'm going to get rid of this. Because, again, we're not using stereo, and the 3-watt enclosed speakers, we have two different kinds. We have this kind, which is stereo, and it has like a 4 JST, but then we also have this one, which I recently started carrying, and it has just a plain 2 JST. And I like these because it's like you can mount them, they have mounting holes, and they're enclosed. They sound, you know, okay. So we're going to change this connector. I don't think I have this as an alternate package. No, I don't. So let me update my library, make sure I get the most recent version.
Lifetime Achievement Award, Eagle 5.
And then we're going to change this connector to instead of a 3.5 millimeter to a JST. JST. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Put that in there. Delete the 3.5. And then boom. So I'll clean this up a little bit later, but pretty much it goes like this, kind of. And then I thought I'd have 2 microphones. I'm actually going to rip up all this because, well, everything below here.
I usually prefer 2 turntables and a microphone, but I'm okay with 2 microphones and no turntable.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking at. I'll move this over. This is a power ground breakout section. Just move that over. This is a gain control. We can also put that elsewhere later. And then maybe we'll have the speaker output be kind of in the center here. So we'll clean this up later, but this is just, for now. Kind of like, about where's it gonna live? It's gonna live about here. Yeah. Okay, so that's the audio output. And that's 3 watts of I2S. That's a pretty good amount of audio. I'm also gonna change this package to my new flip-flop package, which can do surface mount through hole. I've got surface mount pads on the bottom and through hole pads, so I can decide later which one I want to use. And then I have this extra dimension layer. Get rid of that.
Extra dimension layer?
Yeah. Not like an extra dimension layer. It's an extra dimension layer.
Hmm.
Okay, so now we want to get the I2S microphone in here. So let's go to audio breakouts. And we're going to grab, actually I'm going to grab just this.
What are you building? For the people just tuning in.
Oh, I'm building like a voice control bonnet. So you can do like voice projects. It's over here, and then I'm going to paste another one because I want to do stereo. So let's change this. This is data in. I'm going to call this data out. And then this is going to be called B clock, that's correct, select, and then this is called LR clock. So we'll change this. And then VDD isn't what we're calling things here. This is a thing I always trip up. Watch out for your power supply, what they're named. It can trip you up. So let's give this a little arrow, connect it. And then GPIO 20, I think, is data out pin. I'll look that up later. Okay, so we're going to clone this. Actually, we're going to change this to be select as grounded. And then we're going to clone it. And then for this one, select will be tied to power. So that way you have one on the left and one on the right. I think, like, look, we're not going to have a full 8 microphone crazy array, but, we can do this. So the only thing that's a little annoying is you have to put these on the bottom because they're bottom ported. So I'll put them like over here maybe. I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. This is not really centered.
It's okay if it's not centered, as long as there is a visual path that the eye follows
Yeah.
that makes your eyes look at one half of something and the other half of something equally. It doesn't mean that it needs to have the same amount of things.
Okay, but I have a marking here for where the middle line is.
That's fine.
I thought I would just put it there.
What you want is the eyes to go to certain spots, especially if it's a product that you want people to notice something in particular, that you might want to tell a story with your placement.
Okay, never quite thought about it that way, but interesting. Okay, so this over here, what can I put these over here? This is fine. This is fine. Okay, so yeah, microphones over here. So what I like about this is, okay, so you got like kind of stereo audio, one mic here, one mic there. And you got a couple of, passive components over here, no biggie deal. So then the question is, what else do I want to add to this? So I was thinking, the thing about like this Echo is it has like a ring of LEDs. So do we want to do that? Do we want to add like some like dot stars or neopixels?
I think given that the current state of home assistants all have some type of ring LEDs from...
Yeah.
I'm scared to say the names. I'm just going to say it. We renamed our Alexa computer, but there's Echo.
It's downstairs though.
Okay. And then there's OK Google, and all of them have a ring of RGB LEDs in some way.
Yeah. I'm going to change a couple things here really fast. So I'm going to, hold on, I'm going to delete this, reverse this. Hey, cat.
We have a house cat.
Hey, cat.
We just brushed him.
Yeah, he's super happy. Okay, it's a little nicer. So let me turn off the measures. So here's the problem that I need your help with. So I can't really put a ring of LEDs, like not easily.
Nope.
I could put like an arc
Yeah.
of LEDs. I could put like an arc this way, like this way, or I could put it this way. Or I could put just a line,
Yeah.
or I could put 2 strips here.
You know what?
What do you think?
Let's start out with an arc, because if it is a rainbow, that's kind of cool.
But how do you want it to arc? Like this way?
Yeah.
Like this way?
If we can. We're going to end up having a couple lines, because I just think it's going to be challenging to make that look right and feel right. But
Well, I can move this stuff down.
yeah.
So like this can move over here,
Because, you know, there's
and this can move over here.
on Vice, there's this talk show where everyone has to write their name in the rainbow.
Yeah.
It's like the idea of a rainbow.
Okay.
Also, like, rainbows been around more people. They've been around longer than people, but, like, people really get upset at rainbows, so I would like to get out more rainbows.
Okay, so now I have a little bit more space here. And then where should the microphones go all the way to the left, all the way to the right, you think?
Yeah,
or like all
because-
the way down?
Yeah,
Right now they're kind of
further the better.
apart.
Yeah.
Okay, so you maybe we'll put them like all the way here
Yeah.
and then all the way here.
Yeah, I'm totally tricking you too, by the way.
Why?
Because we're designing a robot. Those are the eyes.
No, it doesn't look anything like eyes.
Yes,
they're,
it does.
They're too far.
No. This is a robot, and that's his haircut. It's a
Hairs?
yeah. You're
Okay.
making a robot. I totally.
So the
tricked you.
easiest way to place, there's like ways, shush, there's ways to do arc placement, which I could look up, but I don't know how to do it. But for now, what I can do to make this a little easier is we can make like an arc, like so.
Yeah. You know, the other thing, let's try it out, because like I don't see anything like this.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
Let's see, let's make the radius like 50 millimeters and see how that looks, because this will act as a guide. That's like a pretty good arc.
Yeah.
So you could put this over here. And then we could put like, so how many neopixels do you think it should have?
Well, how many can we have?
Well, the more you have, the kind of like, you know, it can get kind of like busy.
Yeah. So let's start with what's the maximum we could have, and then we'll work back from that.
I don't know, like looks like maybe 15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In my head, I said 12.
12.
Yeah. Because you can do 6 and 6.
Well, let's start adding them in. So they're going to be, we're going to use the smaller ones. The 3535s.
Yeah.
So
I'm
just,
cool with starting with like 6 and 6, but we can do 3 and 3 too. Like,
Okay, well let me
Yeah.
just do, this is 6. And then I'll do the level shifting stuff for it later. But for now I'll just get these kind of settled. Oh. I miss. There you go.
I
What? What did you know?
have to change the laundry.
Okay.
I have to do some laundry stuff.
Why don't you do the laundry and
I'll be right back.
I'll make the other 6.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, folks, this is our life. I'll be right back.
Okay, here's the other 6. It's 12. Connect the input. Oh. Connect the input to the output. We'll do the level shifting over here. Let me get around to it. Okay, so then here are the neopixels. Okay, so, oh man, I don't know how to angle these really. There was like a ULP of like, place them in like a circle. But I do not remember where it is. radius, amount, place, penalized. I probably should have looked this up ahead of time, but I wasn't sure he wanted an arc, so. Anyways. Okay, so what's the first one? First one is this. Okay, so let's maybe start over here. That. And then. See, you can kind of, when you put the arc in, you just place them on the arc. I don't know. Makes it a little easier. You just put the center X on the arc, and then you're like, okay, so at least I know it's like on the right radius. There you go. All right, so that's 6. So yeah, it's about 12. Will fit. You can like balance these. Yeah, this isn't quite even, but whatever. Fix it later. Fix it in post. All right. Well, I have a kind of an archy thing going on.
Okay.
It's not the archiest, but it's kind of archy.
I got some bad news for you.
What?
I found this varmint in the laundry.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is a rough.
That's long.
Yeah, Golcat's super long.
Yeah.
We brushed him, so he's very clean.
Yeah.
Very clean. Okay, so next question is, should we move the, so I did this arc for you with 12 LEDs. So,
Yep.
So then, should I move the microphone like down here?
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe like there. All right, so that's kind of good. So then we have a little bit of space here. We could have like, other connectors and stuff later. What else would you think would be good for a voice bonnet?
Well,
You could put buttons if like
well, the
volume up and down.
Yeah, the common thing that's on all of these appliance devices is a microphone button. So when you press it, it knows you're talking to it, and also volume up and volume down.
Okay,
Those are the things that exist on all of these.
so I should add.
Yeah.
And they should be mechanical buttons or like capacitive touch buttons?
It doesn't matter, but there is one other thing.
Yeah, well,
So my Alexa isn't currently working with the remote, but an IR LED, because you can control things with a remote. Because sometimes you're going to want to do that. You're going to want to send you're going to want to send a signal to tell it to volume up, volume down. Even though it's like 10 feet away, when it's playing music, you really can't interrupt what it's doing. It never works out. I mean, we play around all the time, and it's funny. It's actually a disaster. No, it never works. Like, I've asked it to like play music, and it turned off our lights, and like it ordered things.
yeah.
I got 4 cases of Cheese Whiz. So they don't even make Cheese Whiz anymore.
How's that possible? Okay, so we should have some buttons. So I'll add a
And then, the most important thing.
yeah. Let me look at the 40.
Here's the most important
what's
thing.
up?
Off.
Off.
Because you know that book 1984.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be able to turn it off. You don't want this thing listening to you all the time. Because, like, if you murder someone, you don't want that to...
No.
Because, like, is it wrong to kill a man in the heat of passion?
Yeah, sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can put, like, only 2 really big buttons and move things around, or I can pick smaller buttons. I think I should pick the small buttons. I'll pick some smaller surface mount buttons. Let's pick some BBQs. My favorites.
Yeah. So, I think that given that we have an Internet of Things Bill of Rights, we may want to start saying anything that can listen to you should have a physical mute button.
Okay.
It should just be clear. You know how there's like airplane mode? So I have a Nikon 4K camera.
Yeah.
When you pop it open, there's a picture of an airplane and it says on or off.
Yeah.
Right? They're not doing us any favors. They just want to make sure everyone can travel with these things. So maybe we can be better and always have a way for people to know this is clearly off. So whether it be a switch where when you switch it, there's a little red LED and it says that means it's off, or when you switch it on, there's a little green LED and that means it's on, or it's just
Well, you have a lot of LEDs,
yeah,
so that I'm
or,
not worried about.
Yeah, or it's just an on and off switch, like clearly 100% off.
Well, how about we just use one of these switches? So we'd have what, like up, volume down.
Yeah,
Hold
because you want switches to stop snitches.
Yeah, you do.
Because if I kill, I don't know.
Why are you killing so many?
No,
men here?
it's just theoretical. Sometimes it's okay.
Okay. So
Heat of passion.
volume plus, and then V minus. I can always I'll change the silk screen to be nicer. So volume up, volume down.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do the other way around.
Oh, there's a cat.
This cat is a problem.
Yeah. Whoa. Jeez, man. Hey. Hey, buddy.
Okay, that'll fit.
Whoa.
Okay, so volume up, volume down, and then on off. What's up the power symbol? Or maybe I'll just say on, off, and then I'll just make it smaller.
Maybe like a little monkey with covering the ears.
Well, I'll do the silk screen later. I just have to
Yeah.
label it. And then microphone.
Yeah.
So it's like mic attention or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And then an IR LED.
Receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I have to figure out.
This is cool.
I remember the Raspberry Pi can do IR on one of the pins.
Yeah.
So I don't remember maybe it's in Learn. I don't remember. Raspberry IR receiver. Oh yeah, look. We have a guide on it even.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, you can use any of these.
A little mini Watson.
And then, what pen did it use? Doesn't say. I think it's a special, maybe it's a special pen.
Yeah, just so you know, this is how we design most products.
Okay, it connects
Just
to
hang out and do
18.
this.
If it connects to 18, you know, that's a special pin. Although I think that's unusual. Why would it use maybe? Like I can't use pin 18 because pin 18 is used by the I2S stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of the pins that you can't use.
Okay.
I'm like 99% sure.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. If we don't explore this, some dude on the internet's going to ask about it.
Yeah, pin 18 is the bit clock. So it might be possible to connect it to a different pin, but I'd have to look into it. Another thing that's an issue is, you know, by having the buttons and the IR directly on the bonnet, like it has to be exposed. Like it has to be.
No, my Alexa, I have to point the remote at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is line of sight. But you know, you could always solder like something and some wires and stuff. But that's one of the things I notice is people they if they're gonna do voice commands to play music, after you're playing music, you have to do volume up and volume down, and you can't really talk to it.
Yeah, I have to remember. Yeah, it's true. I have to remember. I have it's like a T-SOP something. I don't remember the exact name of the component. P&A. Well, this is a generic part, but like I'll
Yeah.
drop this here.
Someone
to
mentioned a
remind-
slide switch. I was thinking about that.
You want a
But
slide switch?
yeah, but the thing about a slide switch is I think that it would be using physical bits for something that software can do. Because you're going to click up or click down. And if you use a remote, you're going to do that. It's very tempting though. Because I'm like, would a slide switch do anything? And I've not seen a slide switch on a home appliance.
They also break very
talkie.
easily.
Well,
That's part of why they don't
Yeah,
use.
but when I see things that are in homes right now, they're the swivel tops, and
Yeah.
you move them, and as you turn. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a terrible suggestion.
Yeah.
So let me just go to me for a second here. So y'all we're showing the design process. So Ladyada and I usually come up with terrible ideas,
Terrible.
and you never really hear these. But we go through all the terrible ideas, so you don't have to. So you want my terrible idea?
Yeah.
Rotary switch, because someone could 3D print or mount something and they could go do.
Raspberry Pis can't handle rotary encoders.
See, terrible idea.
They're very bad at it.
We should put an Arduino on this.
Yeah, at some point it's like I can keep adding things, and all the pins, all the GPIO are broken out, so
I
you
know.
can't always
I know.
connect a rotary knob. But
I
rotary
know.
knobs just like they're
know.
not, and also they're much big. They
I
pick
know.
up a little weirdly.
I know.
So
I
I'd
know.
rather go with the
I'm ju-
volume,
I know.
the volume up, down, on, off mic buttons.
What about those? Remember those rocker switches?
Which ones?
There's all sorts of volume knobs and stuff like that where it's a
They'll
wheel.
break. They'll break so
yeah.
easily. Yeah, they
Look,
snap.
It's
If you don't have a plastic enclosure
It's-
that holds them in place, they
It's
just
a terrible
break.
idea. Okay, and so instead of a slide switch, a photo interrupter sensor, assuming you'll 3D print something on top.
But like nobody ever 3D prints anything.
Mm.
That's the thing. Like just to design something where you need to 3D print to use it is
Ooh.
really
You know what?
Poor.
However,
Yeah.
here's the thing. What about a photo sensor? Because if we put a photo sensor on it, it can do things when it's dark or versus light.
for like what?
Well, when it gets dark, it
See
will.
if there's any other tutorials.
No, when it gets dark, it might decide to turn on something.
So just an LED
Yeah.
like a light sensor.
Yeah.
So it's going to add $1 worth of cost.
Can we put pads on there so someone can add it later?
No.
Nope. Okay. All right. Next.
Because it doesn't have analog in, so you have to go straight for an I2C light sensor.
Why are we still talking about this?
Well, no, this is a design
I'm already
session.
on the next thing.
I do think that the IR receiver is a good idea, but the light sensor is a little tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree it would probably
Look,
be nice, but
the
it's
bad ideas that we went over tonight are the rotary switch, because we don't want to put an Arduino on this, and the photo sensor, although it would be nice for home automation. Look, you wanted another terrible idea?
yeah,
Okay, so we have a Nest at home, right?
yeah.
When I walk by it, it turns on. There's a motion sensor. It does all sorts of crazy shit, and it's super subsidized, and Google doesn't make any money on it, but that's what they do. So, like, you can have, like, a motion sensor on there.
Yeah, it's another I2C thing.
Yeah, see?
I think what would be best if I had pluggable I2C sensors and I just had a port on the side or something, that would make sense. But as is, it's like
Yeah.
I don't want to make it so it's more than $20.
No, I know.
And right now it's kind of hovering at like the $20. Like
Yeah.
the LEDs they're 10 cents each. This is like $1.50. These buttons cost something. The micro is actually kind of pricey.
Yeah, look,
Like
here's what's
$1.50.
going to happen. We're probably
Yeah.
going to cut the LEDs down.
You want fewer?
We
You want
probably
like
will.
10?
We probably will. We'll probably go to 6. 3 and 3. Because
I think 8 would be a good
Sure.
compromise.
I agree. But it's going to be less because it can accomplish all the things that we come up with. And trust me, I think of all sorts of crazy shit.
Okay. So I think the IR receiver, good
Yeah.
idea. I'm into that.
Yeah. And, for the folks who watch all this, like, cut us some slack because we're exposing how we design products here.
Yeah, it's all about trade-offs. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's not easy.
Yeah, most of it is like, okay, can we get through everything everyone's going to ask about?
But
Okay.
a lot of it's deciding not only what to do, but what not to do, right? Because
Yeah.
the bad design is too much. If I had a rotary encoder and the light switch sensor and like capacitive touch and this and that,
No, it's
before
like
you know it, it's like
no,
it's a mess.
it's an
unusable.
$80 Tindy product.
It's $80. You can't use it. It's
Yeah, it's an
complicated.
$80 thing, and it's just one off. So we have to make things by the tens of thousands. So we have to make.
And it's
sure.
like, what is it? Oh, it's like a
Yeah.
Swiss Army knife. It does everything.
Yeah.
It should do it should mimic or do one thing
Yeah.
fairly well.
Okay.
I want it to basically act.
Okay,
as,
let's just
Yeah.
let's just throw this next thing out.
Yeah.
Is there a piezo for any reason at all?
No, because you have a speaker already.
Because you have a speaker.
So you would,
Great.
and you have a mixer. So you would just
You have a mixer.
you would play through the speaker.
Great. Do you want a headphone jack on this thing?
No, because if the reason the headphone jack doesn't make sense is because this only gives you bridge side load output, so you can't connect a headphone. And the Raspberry Pi 3 has a
Okay.
headphone jack on it.
Yeah.
And if you have a Pi Zero, you're not gonna you can't have both analog and
Yeah.
I2S audio. You have
I
to
know the
choose
answer to
one.
these questions. I'm just playing along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once you pick I2S, by the way, it takes up, you have to kind of go with I2S. So
Yeah.
You can't really mix and match.
No, it's a religion. You're going there every Sunday.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to maybe remove a couple of the LEDs. Well, how about we go to, how about, do you want to have it be an even number or do you want to have it be an odd number? Odd number might be kind of nice. Because then you could have a center LED. So how about instead
It could
of
be 9.
10, well 7, because you wanted 6.
Could be 7. Everybody likes 7.
Let's see how 8 looks.
Okay, the next thing that's
Yeah.
a bad idea
Yeah.
is an alcohol sensor. So you should not be able to talk to computers at all if you've had too much to drink.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to understand you if you're drunk anyways.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, it was 12 before, and now it's 9.
Yeah, I'm saving you money.
Okay, so I think that's kind of so that's the one in this. Wait, did I miscount this? No, there's 10 now. Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah.
I meant to say 9. There you go. So this
And you know the
goes
other
down.
thing that we do is, although we're sitting here in our tiny apartment, I'm doing a 360 video. I'll try to post it up after this. Is we're thinking about the machines that we use and how we'll actually manufacture this. The means of production is about 10 feet from Ladyada at the Adafruit factory. So how we manufacture this matters, because it's not like we're just gonna send to China. We actually walk over and
No, I have
manufacture
to think
this.
about it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's
then we
gonna
have
be
to make test. We have to make
double-sided.
testers too.
Yeah, I have to test this. How am I going to test
Yeah.
this? Okay, so now it has 9. I should move this over here. This has now 9
Alright.
LEDs.
Do you want to know the bad idea?
Yeah, what's up?
Do you want to have any type of power thing going into this? Is it going to be or is it handled with a Pi? Is there any power that goes in? Is there an amplifier? What?
Well, it has audio output and input. I don't know if it should control relays. I don't think it should have a relay driver on it. I think that's asking a lot.
Yeah.
I think that you would have this control like your Wemo, like we showed how you can use the Alexa to control Wemo devices.
Yeah.
I think this should kind of stick to
I'll,
thing it
I'll
is.
tell you the most important thing with this is there should be one way and only one way for someone to press a button, and when they're pressing the button, that's when it's listening.
Yeah, that's the microphone button.
That's the microphone button. And that's a core idea of this. And the other core idea of this is you should know it's not listening, and it should be able to be physical, not I'm trusting Uber or something. You have to
So you do want a switch.
oh, you need a kill switch.
You actually want a physical slide switch.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, because you know what, everyone's skirting the issue. So
okay,
there's
it's gonna add some cost though.
well, we'll see, right?
Okay.
Maybe it's something that people can just pop a switch on themselves.
No, you have to have the switch on. Either it's
Okay.
there or it's not.
Great. But the thing is, Amazon's in a court battle right now because someone like killed someone or something, and like the Alexa may or may not heard it. Like, this is crazy. And so if we start designing hardware that says when it's off, it's kind of silly that we all like put pieces of tape on a webcam on our computers. This is like this is real.
Okay, so you want this to go out to here, and then this is the data out pin. So now the data from the microphone has to go out through a switch. That's what you wanted. The problem is people are going to forget to switch it, and they're going to be like, how come it's not working?
Well, you know what? That's a better problem to have than like I killed Dave, and I think there's an audio record of it.
Okay, so it's going to be here. This is the microphone switch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like we can pop it off later, but like I think we should at least start, at least acknowledging that that'd be a nice thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of. This is kind of the smallest switch I've got, so
Yeah.
it is a little bit big, but that's the.
No, it's a
switch.
trade-off. Like, if we don't at least talk about this, and I can like link slap someone with a time-coded YouTube URL.
I know, but on the other hand, like maybe if they don't want this, then don't get it.
Yeah, well, that's not the way people think. They just buy shit, and then they complain later. It's just
I
the
mean,
way
they
it
have
is.
to install software on a Raspberry Pi. It's not like they magically plugged it in, and magically started working.
People are buying magic tubes that order shit on Amazon, and they're like, "How did this happen?" So we have smarter people, but we should at least explore this. And if it turns out the bill of materials cost us too big, I'll make a sticker that says like, "Don't be stupid.
Okay.
This thing's listening to your shit."
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know if we can do the IR remote thing, unfortunately, because
know.
the pin is used. But
That's an idea.
this is so far what we got. We have a little bit of space here, but I also wanted to give a power ground breakout. Okay. Anything else you want?
Well, yeah.
What?
On the other side, I want a QR code.
Okay, but we'll do that later.
Yeah. Do you know why? Because it's a pain in the ass to like type a bunch of stuff. If there's a QR code on the other side to set all this stuff up and download the software,
No.
it's gonna no.
Dude, it's like there is Raspberry Pi login instructions. There's no.
I know, but at least it could go to Learning Guide,
Okay. Sure.
right? Because that'll be a permanent link forever.
Yeah.
Not like the other sites that remove you. I'm talking about our site. I think that'd be nice because a lot of people will be setting these things up, and being able to have a QR code. And QR codes in the US aren't used as much, but we chat with folks in China and they use it for absolutely everything. You're buying produce, they're doing everything with it. So I think it's a good idea to have something where you don't have to type a weirdo URL that takes forever. I hate typing in URLs because you get one thing wrong and then you're like a 404 page. And
But it's not like that. I mean, you're in a terminal. You're writing software. Like you're not typing. Like this has nothing to do with your phone.
But eventually it will be. You're going to probably... so I'll give you a really good example. So I manage all of our Alexa stuff
Yeah.
with my phone. It's the only way to do it.
Okay.
You have to have an app. But if we don't have an app, we'll probably have the good old web. We'll have probably a web server. So we probably want to have a way for people to be able to configure it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll also put a URL shortener on the front. Okay, I'm done.
I mean, we can also just put a sticker.
Yeah.
As long as there's space.
Yeah. A little bit of space. Okay, I'm done. There's nothing more I can do right now. I'll have to route it. I can do this one other time.
Can also just put like a... we can do an Adafruit short URL.
Sure.
You can print it on the board.
Yeah.
That's fine too. That's actually really easy. Because we can do whatever we want with that.
Yeah.
Okay, later. This is nice. This is, by the way, hey everybody. Sausage is being made.
Yeah, this is sausage.
That's what it's like. Every day, every way.
Okay. Let's go to sleep. Laundry's done.
Well, I put it in for a dry cycle.
Okay.
It's going to take a while.
Alright.
All right, thanks everybody.
All right.
The code is removed. You can buy some electronics.
Yeah.
It's a short month. So if you know anyone who wants to buy electronics, maybe you can tell them.
Yeah. Ding dong.
Just be like, hey, electronics,
Yeah.
I am.
Okay.
All right. That's it for tonight.
Bye.
That's the desk of Ladyada. 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 Of Ladyada.